Hello Excelers and welcome. Thanks for joining me today for another How to Excel at Excel.com Excel tip video. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button below to get notified when there's a new Excel tip available here on my YouTube channel. And if you want to sign up for the How to Excel at Excel newsletter, which gives you 3 free Excel tips every month direct to your inbox, there's a link below in the description box there. And when you sign up, you'll get my free ebook, which has got my top 30 Excel tips.
Hello and welcome back to my next video. Today we're going to look at a really interesting way to find out where you have saved your Excel workbook. So if you can't remember the exact file path of the Excel workbook that you're working on, we can actually use an Excel function to do that for us. So in this example, I've got my Excel workbook here and I might just not remember where it's saved. Of course, you could say, well, you can just go to File and Save As and find out where it is saved. But there's a really cool way to just perhaps always have it at the top of your Excel workbook. If we use something called the cell function on your worksheet, you can actually have that as a permanent reminder of your Excel workbook location. So let's have a look at the cell function. So it returns information about formatting, location or contents of the first cell of the worksheet that you're in. The syntax of it is, there's a few options in here, or there's a few arguments in here. The first one is the info type. So we can return a text value that specifies what type of cell information is required. So we could say what's the address of it, the colour of it, the contents, if it's protected. And in this instance, what we're going to use is file name. So the first argument is required and has to be entered into the function, and that is the info type. The second is the reference. So the first one, the info type, is a text value that specifies what type of cell information is required. So what do you want to know about the cell? The second one is the cell that you actually want the information about, and it's optional. So when we look at the first argument, the info type, we have a lot of options to choose from. So a quick explanation about the cell function: it returns information about the formatting, location or contents of the first cell on your Excel worksheet. So what does that mean? Well, if we open the parentheses, we can see 2 arguments. The info type, now this is a required argument within the cell function, and this is a text value that specifies what type of cell information do you want. The second argument is the reference, and this is optional because it has the square brackets around it. So what info type options are there for the first argument? We've quite a few to choose from: address, colour, contents, file name, format, if it's protected. So the one we want actually is the file name. And by selecting file name, Excel will return the full file path of the current workbook as text within the cell that contains the function. So if we close the parentheses and hit OK and hit return, I've actually got this saved in my C drive temp folder, and I'm actually on worksheet 4. What you could do is you could save this somewhere convenient on the worksheet if you need to tell somebody or need to remind somebody using the workbook where the actual original is saved. There are a lot of options for the info type, and we have chosen file name that I've got highlighted here. This is just a summary of the options that are available. So let's try another of the options. Let's try address. And it's returned the correct address of M3. Let's try another one. Let's try column. And that's returned column 13, which is correct. So that's today's Excel video. I hope you enjoyed it. It may be useful for you to place the full file path of the Excel workbook that you're working in for future reference, so you know where it's saved, or for a user that's using the workbook also. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, ask a question. It all really does help the channel, and I'll see you next time for another How to Excel at Excel.com video.